This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our fans for your support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
Atlanta Motor Speedway leads them down the green flag.
And Barrett has missed the ship. The 52 car outside pole sitter has missed the ship, cannot get started.
Did he miss a ship, Benny, or did he blow up? Well, the car's still not coming up to speed, and apparently he has a problem. A little bit of smoke from the back of that car. What a tough break for the driver who was the pole sitter at Daytona. Now another car showing a lot of smoke, the 06. That is Brian Kahns out of Livonia, Michigan.
The cabin counselor has taken his car directed to pit road. The right front, that looks like it's got a wheel nut or something in the right front. The right front will not slide, and we've got a crash up in 3 and 4.
Boy, what an auspicious start to this 300-kilometer ARCA event. A couple of cars sliding down across the grass. One car heavy impact. One car in the front straightaway having some contact. That's the car number 85 that has come to rest here in the front. That's Russell Landrum out of Stockbridge, Georgia. The Landrum springs forward.
Well, we see a car up against the outside retaining wall. That's Kelly. And there's a white car that we haven't noticed before spinning around.
Looked like Kelly was all by himself, Benny.
Looks like he made contact with the front. The damage to the car looks like happened
Up to full speed. There comes Kitchens underneath him in the 47. Mark Gibson is behind him. At his third, fourth, and fifth, and they continue to go by. Frank Kimmel, who was our pole sitter. Caution on the speedway. Another incident up in turn 4. One car sliding down is the car number 35.
Rick Shepard out of Mount Clemens, Michigan. Shepard's Auto Sales. See some, looks like he's backed in the fence.
Here he comes off. I'm sorry, Benny, go ahead.
Here comes off turn 4, and that's exactly what happened. He hit the oil drive they had before, got the car sideways, and up out of the groove he goes. We saw just a little bit of dust as he hit that. That was the oil drive
On the speedway, which was 10th at Michigan a couple of years ago.
And Benny, in that 35 car that Rick Shepard's driving, they're using the Daytona engine because they weren't able to get another engine ready. And it looks like he may have a problem with that 35 car.
They were using the Daytona engine. Now he's going to spin it, and oil coming out from the back of the car. Guys trying to get on the binder. He goes up across the racetrack. They miss him. Here's more traffic, but he is down on the apron, thankfully. And there's got to be fluid on the racetrack.
Rick, I think it's time to park that baby. Now would be a good time to take it to the garage.
All right, let's check in with Bill Weber with an update on the earlier caution today. Bill?
And once again, we see the 35 car, and all of a sudden, there's going to be some smoke. And it looks like water. It's white smoke, which is usually a sign that it's steam or water. And like he blew a radiator hose off. He goes down in the corner, and as soon as that water gets under his tires, wow, around he goes. Now, as he slides up, all these cars, which way do I go? Which way do I go? I think I'll go under him. All the cars go under him. He coasts back to the apron. I'm telling you, Rick, don't fix it. Put it on the truck. Take it home.
And that was a second and third place car. Here's the third hour. The average speed was 181.866 for the pole in qualifying on Wednesday.
And they're 4 deep, and we got a crash. And there's Mark Thompson, the 66 car in the middle of that. Josh Baldus is in the middle of it.
Mike Cicchetti is back there, Benny, and he's the car to the far right. Tough break for the Hughes supply machine. Heavy damage. Heavy damage off of turn 2 for Mark Thompson. And this, as we said a little bit ago, he was back in the back of that pack by virtue of having to go to the end of the longest line. And there's what's left of the Midway Island Ford.
Let's see what we can see from Mark. We'll go to the wide shot on the top. We see Thompson on the very right of your screen. And Cicchetti loses control. The 17 car loses control. He's going to come down and just touch. Well, Gibson just touched the apron. Now he goes up and watch this. Boom! Right in the right side, Josh Baldus, and then Thompson goes up and smacks the wall with the left side.
And now from the onboard camera, Mark Thompson, Josh Baldus, reigning Rookie of the Year, as we have another caution on the racetrack for the car number 4 of David Boggs, having spun.
David Boggs raced in the NASCAR Winston Cup back in 1970 or 71.
1970 Rookie of the Year. This has been around for quite a while. So you see the caution flag now being waved for the 5th time today.
As we see Boggs come off the corner, just simply loses control. Around he goes. And we locks the brakes down. as the tires slide across the racetrack, it's just like sandpaper, and it finally wears a hole in the tire, and that's what causes them to go flat. Shelley got a caution flag.
Impact up in turn 2, the car number 37 spinning around. That is Randy Cook, former motocross driver, rider from Texas. That will bring out caution for the 6th time today. Here on lap number 72.
So I think the 4 tires...
There we see, that's Jimmy Kitchens, and 47 goes by, and the 37 Cook just simply gets too high. He gets the loose stuff, he spins, he'll come around, he's going to slap the wall with the left side, left rear, left front, back across the racetrack. Luckily, all the other cars missed him, as one just able to go by on the inside, and we saw the Cook is okay as he drove down the backstretch.
Get ready. Get ready. Green, 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 green.
The 64 car, that was Mark Gibson's spotter we listened to. The 64 car, Rick Earl said, hey, I'm going to start this race. And forget who was the leader. He just started the race when he wanted to. And there we see Bob Straight trying to go 3 deep on the outside. Straight up on the very outside of the black car.
I'm pretty sure they'll have Rick Carroll into the pits in a little bit and ask him just what he was thinking about there.
There's Al Lanigan, the 29 car on the inside, and now Straight will follow him. Gary Layton boxed in up high. Here comes Kimmel riding along with the Advanced Auto Parts roof cam of Frank Kimmel. That's the red car.
And Frank Kimmel, Gary Layton changed 2 tires for track position, and Frank Kimmel already is past the Gary Layton automobile. So with 4 fresh tires, he just might be the guy to beat. The 46 year I'm talking about, Frank Kimmel.
Now Kimmel looks to the inside of Lanigan. Trying to make the move in turn 3. There's looking back at Lanigan's car, and he pulls right down in front of Frank Kimmel to hold the spot.
Looking back from the Landrum Springs car that Russell Landrum's driving, and he is going to get a pass on the outside by the 29 car.
And possibly the inside by Kimmel. They go right by him, high and low.
So Frank Kimmel moves on up to the 3rd spot. And we got a battle for the lead. Kirk Schummerdine going for the lead in turn 3. He has it. Kirk Schummerdine got a caution flag.
Impact up in turn 2, the car number 37 spinning around. That is Randy Cook, former motocross driver, rider from Texas. That will bring out caution for the 6th time today. Here on lap number 72.
So I think the 4 tires for Kimmel really was an advantage. We saw him restart 7th and move right up through the field there. But the question is, how long will this race progress, and will it continue to be an advantage?
Well, we are scheduled for 300 kilometers. That's 187 miles, 122 laps, and currently we have only 72 laps completed. Let's show you what happened to this young man.
There we see, that's Jimmy Kitchens, and 47 goes by, and the 37 Cook just simply gets too high. He gets the loose stuff, he spins, he'll come around, he's going to slap the wall with the left side, left rear, left front, back across the racetrack. Luckily, all the other cars missed him, as one just able to go by on the inside. And we saw that Cook is okay as he drove down the backstretch just before we showed you the replay.
That was a car he purchased from former ARCA competitor Perry Tripp. Randy Cook once again sliding right by our camera position up against the wall and tags it there. You see the caution lights have already been turned on by the ARCA officials. We certainly have had our share of incidents today. The most serious early in the race on lap 1 involving a car of Bob Kelly. Bob Kelly has been life flighted to Georgia Baptist Hospital to be checked out, and likewise we are also waiting information on Mark Thompson, the latest serious incident over in turn 2 just about 15 laps ago. And we are under caution at lap 72 of 122 here in the Easycare 300 at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Kirk Shelmerdine is our leader.
Talking about is a net that keeps your head from going over and hitting the wall. And watch this, we're talking about the black car, the 66 on the very right side of the screen. The 17 of Giacchetti goes down, and I think just touches, or Thompson hits the apron. I don't know which. He loses control, ball hits and slams in that wall with the left side. That net that Bill Weber talked about would keep his head from going over and smacking the wall. That is a great piece of equipment.
It is a variation of the sprint car net. Bill Simpson had it made for stock cars, and you'll look from the in-car camera and watch the car get across inside the wall.
Wow, and that's how fast it was. I mean, ball just hits him, and it's almost like a split second. He hits the wall with the left side of the car, and there goes our winner to victory lane.
But that certainly is good news that Mark Thompson, Southern Regional Medical Center, was awake and responsive prior to leaving here, and we'll get those CT scans. And as you heard Bill Weber say, we'll get further information on RPM tonight. Well, there is Kirk Shelmerding, 39 years of age. 12 years of crew chief in Winston Cup racing for Richard Childress. They won 4 Winston Cup titles, but I don't think I've ever seen him smile that big. Look at him smile, and rightfully so. For the first time in his career, he has won on a super speedway.
He is.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our fans for your support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
This has been a special presentation of ABC Sports, spanning the globe to bring you the biggest event as the leader in sports television.